What's up, YouTube? It's Rules for Rebels here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Amazon reviews, and we got kind of a full discussion for you guys, and I actually wrote this out and planned out this video so we could hit all the bullet points that I wanted to talk about today. So if you guys watch my channel on a regular basis, you probably saw my video yesterday or within the past few days where I gave you guys a quick tip on Amazon reviews, and the tip was, in order to not get yourself suspended, do not put any language in your Amazon listing to the effect of, "You need to give me a 5-star review. Please contact me if you're not going to give me a 5-star review," etc. Because Amazon feels like you're kind of twisting people's honest review into a 5-star review, and they don't want that. Reviews are a critical part of Amazon. They're an important part of Amazon, and Amazon realizes this, but Amazon wants to make sure that reviews are unbiased and natural and honest, because buyers like you and me use reviews to base our decision on. So if somebody's getting all these artificially inflated 5-star reviews and I buy this product thinking that it's a great product because of that, I may be disappointed, and it's not providing a good buying experience. So that's kind of the reason for that. So I wanted to touch on that issue separately, alone, by itself. A, because I see a lot of people getting suspensions for that reason, and B, because it's not really trying to sway the system. Like I explained in a video the other day, a lot of eBay sellers will say, "Hey, contact me if you have any issues. Contact me before leaving a negative feedback, and I guarantee I'll resolve the issue for you." And so while it may seem like good customer service, it falls in the face of Amazon terms of service, and it could wind up getting you a warning, getting you a seller suspension, etc. So that's really why I wanted to touch on that alone. But we'll start out, I'm going to take you guys back a little bit to 2015. 2015, I think, is when Amazon kind of first started going after companies who were selling reviews. So I think there were sites like amzreviews.com, and literally you weren't giving away free products in exchange for reviews, nor were you giving discounts. It was just straight, give me $25 and I'll give you a verified review, or give me $10 and I'll give you a review, or give me $200 and I'll give you 10 reviews. And that's completely unethical. There's no... The buyer has never even seen the product. You're literally just paying money to stack your reviews. So back in 2015, Amazon started suing companies for that and going after companies for that. And one interesting thing about Amazon suing people, Amazon doesn't really care about the money. Amazon isn't suing these companies or even individuals for money. The reason that they're suing them is to subpoena information about how their business works, and then Amazon takes that information and figures out how are people doing these review exchanges, how are people violating our terms of service, and they use that information to A, crack down on it, B, go after other reviewers and sellers who were using those services, and C, to change their terms of service. So if you'll notice, after every one of these Amazon lawsuits, or after every one of these Amazon kick-ups about people buying reviews and things like that, I'm going to get into, in 2016, Amazon went after Fiverr, and then in turn went after Fiverr sellers for this. So 2015, they were going after the companies. 2016, they were actually going after the reviewers. But like I said, they're really not going after the money. They're going after trying to figure out how people are doing this so that they can A, change their algorithm, and so that they can B, change their terms of service to reflect and stop any practices that they don't like. So that's kind of a little bit of background for you guys. I actually did a video about the whole Amazon suing Fiverr reviewers. I'll see if I can find the old, if you search my channel you can probably find it, but I'll see if I can find the old video, and if so I'll link it below. A couple other changes that have happened since all this dust up over reviews. Now, in order to leave a review, an account must have a credit card entered, and that account must have spent at least $5. So what's the purpose of this? Essentially, you can't open up an account just for the purpose of buying free or discounted products. And those accounts are invalid for leaving a review. So if you've ever set up a new account and are unable to go leave a review, that's why. Super URLs. Super URLs are kind of a hotly contested item. Pretty much every Amazon review service, Amazon feedback service, etc. was using super URLs. Just go on YouTube and do a Google search of super URLs, and you'll find a bunch of probably companies you've heard of, and well-known and well-respected Amazon companies who were doing super URLs. And I'm going to touch on this in a second, but one thing to be very, very keenly aware of, don't assume because a service out there like ReviewKick or AMZ Review Trader or Feedback Genius or any of these, don't assume because a service markets itself as helping you for Amazon stuff that everything they do falls within the terms of service. With eBay, you have companies like Terapeak who are like eBay partners. They're basically vetted by eBay, like, we're okay with this company. And eBay actually has that new, I guess it's not new, but it has the eBay apps that you can download. And those are essentially apps and services that have been vetted by eBay and are kind of eBay partners. Amazon has no partners. So Don't assume because you're using a service that it's okay with Amazon's terms of service or that it falls within Amazon's terms of service. Most of these reputable companies, as Amazon changes their terms of service and policies, will change how their program works to fit within that. But that's one thing I just really, really want to stress is don't assume because you're paying for a service that it's okay with Amazon for you to use it. So what is a super URL? A super URL, if you ever do, let me see if I can do a search right now. Okay, so a super URL, it's not showing up for me right now, but basically sometimes when you do pull an Amazon, actually let me try one more thing. When you pull an Amazon search, there's going to be, Amazon changed how they do this? Let's see here. Okay, there's going to be a number, and then there's typically going to be somewhere in there some sort of date. And basically what it is, Amazon at the time of your search is kind of stamping in the domain or the address bar some kind of code that reveals a rank of your product at that point, as well as the date. So they're kind of, in a way, I guess, kind of, I'm not an expert on super URLs, so this is kind of my half understanding of it. I've used super URLs before in the context of like hyperlinks and things like that, which some people may not even consider being a super URL, but essentially a super URL is when an Amazon search is pulled, it's in a way time-stamped and also stamped in terms of the Amazon rank at this point. So what these softwares and services who would help you do super URLs did is basically twist the ranking and things like that to basically make Amazon think that your product was more popular than it was. And then if people buy that product, that super URL kind of kickstarts your Amazon listing, if that makes any sense. So if any of you guys are experts on super URLs and want to kind of explain that in a clearer way than I just did, feel free to drop a comment below. But I mean, essentially, super URLs are a way to manipulate your Amazon sales rank. So another strategy that, as far as I can tell from terms of service, is still allowed is you can try to use hyperlinks and blog posts and YouTube posts to send people to your Amazon listing. And basically, if Amazon sees that somebody's reading a blog post about phone chargers and the blog post says something to the effect of this is the best phone charger out there, and then somebody clicks that link and is taken to a particular phone charger on Amazon, and then they buy that phone charger. And again, I don't fully understand the inner workings of Amazon search ranking, but in a way, Amazon can pair up the fact that this keyword led somebody to this listing and they bought it and they're happy with it. So another example could be like the best LED grow light. So if you have a hyperlink for the best LED grow light and it sends somebody over to Amazon and people are actually clicking this link in this article about LED grow lights and then going over to Amazon and buy the product, your listing kind of gets a heavy keyword emphasis, we'll say, for lack of a better word, on the best LED grow light. And when people go on Amazon in the future and search best LED grow light, it's going to send them over to your listing. So that's kind of, some people call that a super URL, some people don't call that a super URL, but that is a strategy that I believe is still allowed. Let's see. I already kind of touched on this. Amazon changed their TOS, or the terms of service, so you are now responsible for third-party softwares you use. Unlike eBay, there is no sanctioned Amazon services, and if your software violates TOS, you violate TOS. So it is not an acceptable excuse. Let's say you're using something like, Review Kick or Feedback Genius, and something about that program violates Amazon's terms of service. If they give you a suspension or give you a notification or something, you can't go to Amazon and be like, hey, I was using Review Kick. I thought this was, fell into your terms of service. That's not an excuse. There are no, sanctioned Amazon third-party sites. I'm not telling you not to use Amazon services, but understand how the program works and understand if it falls within Amazon's terms of service. One other change that's happened over the years, I don't know exactly when it's happened, free products are not considered purposes for search ranking. Free products aren't considered purchases, and even discounted products don't carry the full weight of somebody paying the full price of a product. And it's understandable because Amazon wants to know who is putting their money where their mouth is and buying this product and saying I like it versus who's just using a coupon code to get a product for free. One thing that Amazon has really kind of cracked down on, and this is I got to give credit to people who did this because I thought it was kind of clever. If I give you a promo code for a free product, I'm not getting a sales rank credit for that, so to speak. And I'm not getting a credit for like a full purchase. But I'm still out that money for that product, and I'm still having to pay to have that product shipped to you, right? So what a lot of people started doing was, instead of giving out promo codes through sites like ReviewKick, you can buy gift cards from Amazon in bulk. So I could buy, say, $110 gift cards. And instead of doing a promo code, I buy $110 gift cards. I give them out to 100 different people who I want to buy my product. And instead of using a coupon code, they're purchasing the product at the full price. They're just using the Amazon gift card I gave them, which a large percentage of that sales minus fees and sales fees and FBA fees is going to come back to me anyway. So if I give somebody a $10 gift card to buy a $10 product, they buy the product, pretty much minus the FBA fee and 15% I'm going to get back. So let's say I get back $7 of that. It really only cost me $3 to give away that Amazon product for free. So it's not really any more costly than giving away promo codes, but you're getting the sales rank boost or bump in search rankings for a product purchase at full price. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. So I give a coupon code for a discounted or a free product. It's not giving me a big burst in sales rank. However, I give somebody a gift card to go buy my product, and now I'm getting credit for the full purchase price. Just because I told you this, don't go run out and try to do this, because Amazon is heavily cracking down on this. You will probably get a penalty. I mean, quite honestly, you could probably get away with it a couple times, but in the long run, you are going to get penalized. It's going to get your eBay account shut down, and you're going to be leaving a comment below one of my videos saying, please help me get my Amazon account back. I was buying gift cards. So do not do this. Do not think it's clever. This isn't new. Amazon has already caught on to this. You are not allowed to ask people to contact you before leaving a 5-star review. That's kind of what I touched on in the video the other day. I already kind of touched on this. Amazon uses lawsuits as a way to get info on sites and practices which violate their TOS or their terms of service. Like I said, the lawsuits are not about money. It's about getting information. So let's touch on a few more things that you can't do. You cannot give products to friends and family. How they know this, I don't know, but I've been contacted by a couple people recently who have either gotten Amazon warnings or Amazon suspensions, and in every case they have wound up saying, either I gave a promo code to somebody in my family, or my cousin, without my knowledge, just went ahead and left me a review. How Amazon knows that your family members are buying products or ties you guys together is beyond me. I have no idea, but they are very good at figuring it out, so don't play games with this. Excessive promotions. Let me plug my phone in here. Okay, so Amazon also doesn't want excessive promotions. So what does that mean? Like, I can't do more than 100 promotions. I can't do more than 20 promotions. A lot of people want a direct answer, a solid number. There really is no solid number. When you first launch your product, I would say give away 15 to 25 units in order to get free reviews. And one important, I'll touch on it right now. I'm actually going to be touching on it in more depth in a second here. But statistically proven, whether you have 16 reviews or 116 reviews, there is no increase on conversion rates. So let me say that again. Whether you have 16 reviews or whether you have 116 reviews, your conversion rate is not going to get any better because you have 116 reviews over 16 reviews. This is data directly from Amazon, and I'm not saying that more reviews don't make you show up higher in search ranking, because it absolutely does make you show up higher in search ranking, and the higher up in search ranking you are, the more products you will sell. So I'm not saying reviews aren't good. What I'm saying is conversion rate wise, so when somebody sees your product, they're just as likely to buy a product with 16 reviews as they are to buy a product with 116 reviews. So for those of you guys thinking like, oh, I need to get 1,000 reviews for somebody to trust my product, no, 16 is a number at where your product becomes trustworthy. At 116, it's more trustworthy, but it's not any more likely to convert people. As far as how you rank in Amazon searches, the more reviews you have, the higher you're going to rank. So I'm not saying more reviews doesn't make you sell more, it doesn't make you rise higher in search ranking. I'm just saying from a strictly conversion rate perspective, whether you have 16 or 16,000, it's not going to convert any better. And also, just to bring in one other thing here, when we talk about Amazon PPC, where basically you can have your Amazon product show up either as a sponsored result or as a similar product, I typically don't recommend paying for Amazon PPC until you have at least 16 reviews, because your conversion rates are going to suffer and you're paying all this money for a very low conversion rate. Once you have 16 reviews, at that point you can start running PPC campaigns and it actually will convert well. Selection bias, that means only using sites which give 5-star reviews. Nobody wants to get a 1 or 2 or 3 star review. Technically speaking, anything 3 stars and below is a negative review. 4 and 5 stars are positive reviews. But if you have nothing but 5-star reviews, Amazon looks at that as a little bit funny. Every single person has loved your product. Like, something must be off. You must be buying reviews. So don't flip out when you get a bad review. It's actually kind of good to have a mix. Continuing on with things you can't do, leaving reviews before a product's been delivered. If I order a product and I leave the review before I even get the product, Amazon's not stupid, guys. They track all this. They know when you order, when you receive the product, and when your review is left. So if you're leaving a review before you actually get your product, that is, or if your customers are leaving reviews before they get the product, that is going to cause issues with your Amazon account. And then lastly, leaving reviews with no disclaimer. So what do we mean by a disclaimer? A disclaimer is, I received this product for free in return for my honest review. I received this product in return for a discounted price in return for my honest review. If you're giving away free products, your customers have to leave that disclaimer. If they don't, it's going to cause problems. How to avoid problems. If a site is guaranteeing high reviews or kicking out low score reviewers, it's not good. If a site is instructing buyers on how to buy the product, such as search this keyword to buy this product, that's bad. If a site uses super URLs, don't use it. And if a site bans reviewers who leave low reviews, don't use it. And this kind of brings up one interesting point. On ReviewKick, as a seller, let's say I got 20 people requesting reviews from me. I can see their Amazon profile rank, I can see how many reviews they've left, and I can also see the average of their reviews. So, human nature, if I'm giving away products and I see a bunch of guys who've left all 5-star reviews or leave a majority of 5-star reviews, and then I see a guy whose average review scores are 2 or 3, I'm probably not going to give my product to the guy who leaves 2 or 3-star reviews. Why? Well, because if he's leaving other products 2 or 3-star reviews, he's more than likely to leave me a 2 or 3-star review. And if I'm giving shit away for free, I don't want to give stuff away for free, pay that money, and then have somebody hurt my Amazon listing. So I'm typically going to give my product to people who've left 4 or 5-star reviews. Technically speaking, Amazon kind of looks at this as a bad thing. I mean, if you're not going crazy on having all sponsored reviews, it's probably not going to be a huge issue, but just something to be aware of. And there are some review exchange sites out there where it doesn't let the seller see the buyer, so you can't have that selection bias where you're only picking people who leave good reviews. So quite honestly, if you have a choice between it, I'm a big fan of ReviewKick, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of sites out there that you're going to get more honest reviews. And it's kind of funny, a lot of buyers are very like on their soapbox about like, I only leave honest reviews, blah, blah, blah. And to some extent, if somebody's giving you something for free, I do think there's just kind of a natural human inclination to want to give them a little bit of a higher star review than they deserve. And that's just human nature. And I mean, also there's kind of a bias where if you leave low reviews, you're not going to get as many products as if you leave high reviews. So I do kind of think the whole sponsored reviews, buying reviews, discounted products does to some extent kind of skew the honesty of reviews, but it is within Amazon's terms of service. One thing I would recommend, make sure your free product reviews are in line with your organic reviews. So don't have 1,000 all I got this product for free reviews and only 2 organic reviews. Try to kind of keep a balance between them. I think we're going to see more changes to Amazon's terms of service, more warnings and more suspensions, so stay on top of this. Kind of an interesting story that went viral a while ago. A Chinese company had harassed an Amazon buyer who bought their product and left a negative review. The reviewer who was harassed by all these emails posted it on Reddit. It wound up going viral. In turn, that seller got kicked off Amazon. So it's good to try to correct negative situations. Don't blame the reviewer, don't ask for a better review, and most of all, don't harass your buyers. And in tune with harassing your buyers, we'll talk about something like Feedback Genius, which automatically sends messages to buyers requesting that they leave feedback for your product. Be very careful with these things, because as a buyer, it's been to the point where I haven't even received the product in the mail, and I've already gotten 2 or 3 emails asking me to leave feedback. Some people send me 3 to 4 emails a day asking for feedback, and I've only had the product for like 24 hours or 3 days or something like that. Sometimes it gets so annoying to the point where it's like, I'm going to dock these people a star just for her. I would have left the product a 4-star review, but because I've been harassed by so many of these emails, I just get annoyed and I knock them down to a 3-star review. Not really fair of me, but don't harass people with emails. let's see. Reviews are important. Reviews are necessary. How do we grow reviews, right? So let's see here. You can use something like Feedback Genius. There's all types of other softwares out there that will automate the process of emailing customers, trying to remind them to leave you reviews. eBay has similar things for feedback. You want to start from a customer service angle. So don't just say, hey, will you leave me a review? Say, hey, I just wanted to make sure you received your product. Hey, I just wanted to make sure you're happy with your product. Make sure they receive the product in time. Make sure they're happy with it, etc. The focus of your message should be customer service driven, and that's going to lead to organic reviews. Request feedback from your buyers. Ask all your buyers for reviews. And don't, like I just said, don't inundate your customers with review requests. It does get annoying, and it can lead to bad reviews if you overdo it. In terms of talking about product launches, reviews are going to be a big focus on your product launches. So it is necessary to share your product, to give it away for free. I wish it wasn't like this. I wish we could just throw up products organically on Amazon, similar to eBay, and just have them rise in the search rankings. It's gotten so competitive that it's almost a necessity to give away at least 15 to 25 free products in exchange for reviews, just to kind of get, noticed by the search engine and get some rank. Amazon understands this. They allow it. This is exactly why they have coupon codes. The magic number of reviews is somewhere between 16 and 21. That's what I just touched on. Whether you have, I don't know if it's exactly 16 or 21. I've heard both numbers thrown around. What's up, guys? Sorry, I had a phone call I had to take there. I think I left off talking about the whole 16 and 21 is the magic number for reviews. More reviews does make you rank higher, but more reviews is not going to help your conversion rates at all. Any additional reviews over that 16 to 21 number is basically just to compete with other sellers and get a higher search ranking. Excuse me, you're going to want to kind of maintain, I already touched on this, but you're going to kind of want to maintain a kind of a natural balance between organic sales and giveaway sales and keep that percentage kind of steady. I would recommend not constantly giving away free products at all times. Like, I recommend doing an initial boost or initial blast right off the bat and kind of spiking that review count. And then from there on, maybe like every 2 to 3 months, give away 5, 10, 15, 20 products, but don't constantly be running reviews at all times. After we do a product launch, we're going to want to focus on, I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but after a product launch, we're going to want to focus on good pictures, white backgrounds, make sure they meet all of Amazon's standards and things like that. Good descriptions, good bullet points. Again, don't request 5-star reviews in your bullet points. Do a giveaway to get your product taken seriously. Get yourself somewhere between 16 to 21 reviews. Continue to slowly supplement with promotions, say every 2 to 3 months. A couple just random bullet points I had here of things to kind of be aware of with review exchange sites. Does your site allow you to select reviewers based on past feedback? ReviewKick does that. I'm not telling you not to use it, but tread carefully. Maybe every now and then in a blue moon, select somebody who's given some lower reviews. Give them your product. If they leave you a 3-star instead of a 5-star, it's not the end of the world. In all honesty, it probably makes your product reviews look more authentic, so don't freak out about that. Don't view. I see some people who like every single negative review they get. They're like, it's a competitor. My competitor is ordering my products and trying to sabotage me. Every review you have is not, does that happen? Absolutely. But every review you get that's not a 5-star does not mean your competitor is trying to sabotage you. I think people really need to look inward more often and say, could there be anything wrong with my product? Is there anything I can improve about my product? And I'll give you guys an example. I was getting a lot of returns and getting some negative feedbacks. Well, I realized I probably wasn't packaging my product as well as I needed to package it. So my point here is don't be like every seller out there who's like, oh, negative feedback. What's wrong with that customer? How could they not like my product? When somebody leaves you negative feedback or low star or whatever, actually look into it and say, could that be something that's wrong with my product? Could there be something wrong with the quality control? Could this person have a legitimate gripe about my product? Listen to your customers and improve your product if possible. Like I said, honestly, you really don't even want all 5-star reviews. It's not genuine. If I see a listing with nothing but 5-star reviews, I kind of think, they bought them or whatever else. Um, you don't want all your reviews to say, I received this product for free in return for my honest review. Recently, I was looking at buying, I think it was a beach tent, one of these tents that you sit under the beach. And it didn't have a ton of reviews. It had maybe 8 reviews, but that was enough for me to feel confident in buying it. So I started reading the reviews to see what people would say. Every single review was I received this product for free. So it didn't carry as much weight with me, and I think I didn't wind up buying the product. Content marketing is very important. I kind of touched on earlier how if somebody clicks a hyperlink that's like the best LED grow light, Amazon is going to kind of pair your product with the term or the keyword best LED grow light. So content marketing is very important. Blogging, YouTube videos, etc., talking about your product, reviews of your product, etc., are going to be very good. The best way to get honest, verified reviews is to message your organic buyers and ask. A question somebody asked me recently is, in those follow-up emails that you send to your buyers, are you allowed to put a coupon code or a promo code for another product so that somebody buys my paracord bracelet, here's a coupon code for my survival knife, I think you might like it as well. Buyer messaging, according to Amazon's terms of service, is all about the customer service angle. So it's not for marketing and promotion, so no, you are not allowed to put coupon codes in those follow-up emails you send to buyers. The buyer messaging is for, according to Amazon, enhancing the customer experience, not marketing and promotion. Somebody asked me how soon to ask for feedback how soon to ask for a review after the delivery of a product. It really depends on the nature of a product. If I buy a dog toy, I can pretty much tell you right away, either my dog likes this toy, he doesn't, this toy is good quality, or it isn't. If it's something like, what did I get recently? I recently got a beard oil. Something like a beard oil, I'm going to use it for a couple days and see how it works. If I buy a supplement like a probiotic or a sleep supplement or something like that, I'm not necessarily going to feel the effect the first time I use it. So if I'm taking a probiotic, it's probably going to take a couple days to at least a week to tell, do I feel less bloated? Is this working? Is this making me feel good? So common sense, guys. I mean, you guys know what products... Excuse me. You guys know what type of products you're going to be able to instantly leave feedback for, and you guys know which type of products that you're going to need some time to use. Let's see, review count and rating play a role together. I already kind of talked about that 16 and 21 numbers. One tip, I sort of briefly touched on this, don't run Amazon PPC until you have at least 15 reviews. And free products aren't just for reviews, they're also for sales velocity, i.e. your sales rank, how many units are being sold. Really push the content marketing. Anytime you launch a product, I would recommend making a couple blog posts about it, trying to make a couple YouTube videos, make an unboxing video, make a review video, make a video showing how to do it, make a side-by-side comparison between your product and another product. But the more content marketing you have linking to your Amazon products, the better. And I've literally built up entire product lines just off YouTube channels that promote that product or blogs that promote that product. So hopefully that kind of covers everything, guys. I think we have a pretty in-depth discussion here on Amazon product reviews. So if you guys have any additional questions, drop them in the comment section below. If you guys have any of your own tips, tricks, anything like that to share, drop them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I'm really trying hard, guys, to hit this 100K mark. 100K subscribers mark. I really want to get that YouTube silver play button. So if you have any friends who you think may be interested in my channel, please send them a link, please promote it. If you guys are a member of a Reddit group or something, you think people may enjoy my channel, please promote it. I really want to hit that 100K. I got a goal to, by this time next year, I want to be at 100K subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, click that button below there. You enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You want to share it on a social media platform, you are more than welcome to, and I greatly appreciate it. And thank you guys again for watching the video. We got some good content coming out I've been kind of slacking on video posting, but we got a lot of good videos coming out over the next couple weeks here. So look forward to catching you guys on the next video, and we will talk to you then.